Jaguar Nation, welcome to the Jaguar Football Show, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Communities of Color Network Tobacco-Free Living, Hollywood Casino, the Louisiana Seafood Marketing and Promotion Board, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet.
Hello and welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where each week we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. Of course, we come to you each week from Hollywood Casino. We shoot in the neighborhoods of about 6:30 on Monday. We invite you to come out 1717 River Road in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and hang out with us and talk some Southern football after we shoot the show. Hollywood is giving away Bayou Classic tickets each week. You got to come, you got to register. Hollywood is also planning a big outdoor festival for their 25th anniversary on November 3rd. It's a Sunday, the same weekend as homecoming. They've got Zydeco music by Chubby Carrier, Dwayne Dopsy, and the Zydeco Hellraiser, local food trucks, and a whole lot of other good stuff. You can catch the show on TV about 7 times a week. You see the graphic there. And of course, you can catch it at your leisure on Facebook and YouTube. So catch us, tune in any way you want to catch the Jaguar Football Show. And of course, tell all your friends and neighbors. Coach O, tough game for you and the Jaguars this past Saturday in Dallas, Texas in the Cotton Bowl. We beat the Texas Southern Tigers 28-21. But Coach, from my vantage point, looked to be a pretty lethargic game in the first half. What was going on in the first half that we just couldn't get going?
Well, you really couldn't put your finger on it. I thought we came out the game, started the game with, didn't have the energy that you got to start a game with. And as the head football coach, I got to do a much better job making sure those guys are ready to play coming out the locker room. And it's just tough. I mean, I think the environment, just a lot of things led to it, but you can't put your hand on one thing. But at the end of the day, I thought they found a way to win a football game where we didn't play our very best. But coming out of halftime, I thought the guys' energy levels picked up, and we was fortunate to get out of Dallas with a win.
Absolutely, Coach. We saw a definite, more inspired Southern University football team come out in the second half, and Bubba McDaniel led us to the victory, coming off the bench to throw 3 touchdowns and to get us out of that game, which went down to the final horn. Coach, Texas Southern was looking for their first win. They were 0-6. And they were smelling blood in that game, and they really, really, really wanted that W.
Well, I try to tell people all the time, and I think as fans, we look at records, and it's a lot of parity in our conference. They're going to play a lot of teams tough. That wide receiving core is probably one of the best in the conference. They got the young man from Texas State, got another transfer that was on the outside. Number 5 is probably one of the better receivers in the country. So they can move the football, and they got a big running back there that can pound the ball. So they go give some teams some problems, and defensively they're very sound.
All right, let's jump into those highlights from the first half and show the Jaguar Nation and football fans exactly what happened in the venerable Cotton Bowl. Here you see us with the ball. Sims rushes for 11. Skelton's going to hit Washington for 10. Then he's going to come back and hit Register for 8. Register for 15. It's good to see Register get off, Coach.
Well, he's one of the guys that really stood up at halftime and lit some fire to some guys. And, it's good to see that he's a senior and played really well for us on Saturday.
Jamar Washington takes it around right side for 12 yards to get us on the board. Fontenot gets the kick. 7-0 Jaguars. Good hit right here, Coach, by Harris and Carter.
But those two guys played really well, and so did Tamari Smith right there with the interception.
Tamari Smith had his 4th interception of the game. That young man took advantage of your axiom, next man up.
And he's playing very well for us, and hopefully he's healthy enough to go this week.
Kendrick Jones rushes for 9. Skelton's going to hit Ben for 5. He's going to come back and hit Kendrick Jones for 5. Then he throws an INT. Coach, on this INT, you got to ask yourself, why did he throw it?
Well, got plenty of time. Didn't need to force the football. You got to understand that his one of his biggest assets is his ability to use his feet. Probably could have got out of the pocket right there and gained some yards, but ill-advised throw right there.
Which led to this touchdown, a 39-yard scamper by Texas Southern. Score is going to be 7-7. But right here, Chaney comes back with a great kickoff return, 44 yards, and we were set up with good field position right here, Coach.
Chaney's been doing really well in the kick return game for us, and he wasn't able to play in the second half, and hopefully we'll have him back this week ready to go.
Unfortunately, no points on that, but here you see a good stop by Gaines and Williams, another good stop by Gaines and Bryant, and then we're back in business, and you're going to see Skelton rush for 15.
Good run right here, and that's something he can do. I think when it's not there in the passing game, pull it down and make good decisions, and I think that's some of the things we're harping on with him.
Jamar Washington gets a nifty run, a 14. He was just not going to be brought down. Then Skelton's going to take one for 11, and then he's going to hit Sims for 7. He's going to come back and hit Ben for 7. And the Jaguars are on the move.
Just good football right here, just making good decisions, and you can see that when we're clicking, we're pretty potent on offense.
McDaniel gets hit for 12, and then Ben for 14, and then unfortunately, Ben's going to put it on the turf, Coach. I think Ben had 2 fumbles in this game, didn't he? 2
fumbles, and that one came from just extra effort, just got to protect the football. I mean, he running hard, he playing with a lot of zest and zeal, but you got to protect the football.
Unlike Devin Ben to put the ball on the ground, he's been so serviceable for 4 years, and to see him fumble was really strange. I'm sure he'll shake it off. When we come back, we're going to look at the second half of the Texas Southern game on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Imagine winning 5 times the cash from the lottery.
Imagine winning 5 times of anything. Robot dance fight?
Robot dance fight.
Multiply whatever. The new multiplier games from the lottery. Multiply your fun.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has this costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Come and play the hot new $64,000 Hollywood High-Low game on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could be called to play. Just guess if the next card will be higher or lower, and you could win. Only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, we are tied 7-7, really to the disbelief of many in the Jaguar Nation because Texas Southern was 0-6. What did you tell your team at halftime to have them so fired up to come out in the second half?
Well, I mean, I think you got to just understand the heartbeat of your team. We realized we didn't play well. We figured we had took their best shot, and let's see if we can go out and deliver a punch of our own and just motivate our guys to play with a little bit more passion and get that burning desire to go out and play football. And I thought they came out in the second half and did that.
Coach, stellar night by Bubba McDaniel. He comes in the second half, like I mentioned earlier, throws 3 touchdowns, really looked confident, throwed some really pretty balls to the receivers that gave them a chance to run after the catch rack. Talk to us about his contribution to the Jaguars' success on Saturday night.
Well, I thought he was prepared to play. I think mentally he gets himself ready. Whether he's starting, whether he's a backup, whether he doesn't play at all, he has the right mindset. And that's all we talk about as a team, is whenever you have the right mindset, it gives you an opportunity to be prepared so that you can go out and perform really well. And that's what he does. Bubba comes in with extra time. He comes in and always asking the right questions, always wanting to know how he can get better, what they're doing, how they're doing it. And I think you just see that. I think you see a guy that's comfortable in our offense, has a great understanding of what we're doing, and I'm proud of the success that he's having whenever he gets a chance to play.
Coach O, that game had some serious ebb and flow. As I said in the first segment, a lethargic first half, but then the second half, we came out really some great football, but then we scored, they scored, we scored, they scored. It was a lot of ebb and flow in that second half, and I feel like if there had been more time, they probably would have scored again with the way that things were going. I know you had to be happy when that final horn sounded.
Well, just, happy and, probably a little disbelief of how we played, and we challenged our guys to play up to our expectation, and don't feel like as a complete team that we played up to that. I thought offensively, other than 3 turnovers, was probably our best production-wise when you look at yards that we probably had this year. And then defensively, it's probably the worst that we probably played all year. And then special teams, we kicked the ball out of bounds, missed a field goal. So it was just a roller coaster game. But fortunately for us, we were able to come out with a win and be able to hopefully learn from it and really get better going into this game up in Norman.
Coach, let's show the folks exactly what happened at the second half of the Cotton Bowl in the State Fair Classic. We get the ball first. Jamar Washington rips one for 8. Then McDaniel hits Register for 29. And then McDaniel's going to come back and hit Washington for a 35-yard touchdown. And, of course, right off the bat, we're going to be up 14-7. And that's how you want your team to come out and play some football.
Well, exactly. I thought we was hitting on all cylinders. We answered the bell. Offense took the ball right down the field and put some points on the board.
14-7 at that juncture. Come back. We get the ball again. McDaniel's going to throw one to Hinton for 23. And then he's going to hit Hunter Register for 31 yards. Great little play right there. It's good to see him going to the end zone. We're up 21-7 at this juncture, Coach.
Well, we're clicking on all cylinders, playing, really inspired football, and that's the anticipation. That's what we was looking for, and we finally got it going.
You saw a good stop by Clay. We got the ball back. Ben rushes for 13. McDaniel's going to take one himself for 10. Then McDaniel's going to hit Bedford for 5. He's going to come back and hit Ben for 14. And then Williams from Texas Southern is going to, unfortunately, I think this is when we didn't score. So they got the ball back. It was a good hit right there by the Southern player. We come back, another good hit. Coach, they didn't have the names on the play-by-play. Who were those guys making those plays?
Right there, that was Ben fumbling. They got the short field again, and I think that's what really led to their points, is that they were able to get the ball on the short field and turn that into touchdowns.
Quarterback for Texas Southern takes one in, scores 21-14 at this juncture. Another good return, Coach. Hinton takes 133 up the sideline. Coach, those types of runs really set the offense up for a great opportunity to score some points.
Really good field position, short field, and our offense is very explosive and they're able to put that ball in the end zone.
McDaniel throws a pretty pass to Hinton for 28. Then he comes back and hit John Davis for 7 and a touchdown. Scores 28-14 at this juncture. Coach, great coverage on the special teams right here. I know you got to preach this, but this is what you want from a special coverage.
Well, exactly. Our kickoff unit did a great job right there.
They get the ball back. Nice hit by Papillon. That young man has been playing well. Unfortunately, the quarterback scores again, scores 28-21 at this juncture. McDaniel's going to come back and hit Houston for 22. They get the ball back. They're going to get one for 11, but a great hit right there, Coach, by Eastling That young man's been making some good hits, Coach.
Secondary is growing up and going to need to play a whole lot better. Right there is Broomfield with a fumble to really put the football game away.
There you see the final score, 28-21. So glad the time ran out on that game. When we come back, we'll have the Alpha Media Players of the Week and the Coca-Cola Players interview on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums. And if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style. And most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, we invite you to come out Monday nights about 6:30, hang out with us, talk a little SU football. Also, register for those Bayou Classic tickets offered by Hollywood Casino. Coach, of course, each week in this segment, we have the Alpha Media Players of the Week. Who are the players of the week on offense, defense, and special teams?
On offense, it was Bubba McDaniels, who had an outstanding job coming in playing quarterback for us. And on defense, it was Pap and I had a great game for us. Pap's been playing really well all season for us. And special teams, it was Martell Fontenot, who's done an outstanding job for us. And those are Alpha Media Player of the Week.
Well, there you have them. Coach, after the game, Joe and I caught up with a couple of players, Big J Harris, Hunter Register, and Bubba McDaniel, and filed this Coca-Cola player interview.
Todd, as we continue to talk, looking at our defense today, man, it was a grimy game. We went against the 0-6 TSU Tigers and barely made it up out of here, but our defense prevailed. Many of the times we came with some crucial stops and some fourth down situations. We're here with Ben. Ben, how did it feel, man?
Well, we was in the trenches. We got to keep digging hard, and we made it out. So, we ready to fight another day.
Well, definitely our defense have been playing great ball. Today was one of those days that we've been waiting for. One of those days to say, when it really comes time to see what the defense can do, the defense showed up and showed out. As you and the rest of your defensive cohorts begin to move forward in swag play, what can we expect?
Expect the same thing. We're gonna keep digging harder and harder and make sure, we're gonna keep getting those crucial stops, and we're gonna keep getting the ball back to the offense.
We're here at the Cotton Bowl. Hard-fought game today against the 0-6 team, but Hunter Register, Lafayette's finest from Como High, showed up and showed out today. Hunter, today was your day. A lot of catches, over 100 yards, one big TD. How did it feel once everything got in rhythm?
It was just nice to go out there and make some plays for my team, provide a spark. Came out of halftime, talked to the guys, and I just wanted to lead by example.
Now, you're normally used to catching from Skelton, but today we put in our number 2 quarterback. How did it feel receiving from him once he got in the rhythm?
Like I said in the earlier interview, it's not really a number 2 thing. It's more of a 1A, 1B. Both of the guys can be the number 1 quarterback.
Well, as we continue to move on, what can we expect out the Jaguars' further swag play?
putting forth our best effort, going out there and fighting every game.
We're here with our quarterback, Bubba McDaniels. Now, Bubba, normally you come in as the replacement quarterback.
Yes,
Today you came in. How did it feel to get in rhythm and come out with the win that we came out with today?
Any win is a great win. It's a great feeling. Just being with my teammates. I love this team, and we just got to keep getting better.
As we progressed in this game and you came in, you were definitely doing some great plays with your legs. You had some wonderful passes that a few of your receivers dropped. Do you think that's a timing issue?
No, sir. I think we just gotta practice on it and practice and just keep getting better.
Jaguars did great today. Great win. Plan on seeing more of you. You got anything to say to the Jaguar Nation?
Go Jags.
You heard it right here.
Thank you, BJ. Thank you, Bubba. And thank you, Hunter and Joe. Always good to see those young men getting a little shine. Coach, got to ask you, what did you tell your team after the game? We know sometimes at halftime it's got to be some heartfelt conversations between a coach and his team. But after the game, I know you couldn't have been happy with that performance. What did you talk about with your team post-game?
Well, just meeting our expectation as a team, just understanding we got to play up to our level. And, you know, you got to be hitting on all cylinders. You like to be going into a game like this and executing a lot better. It didn't happen, and we're very fortunate to get a win. And, you know, congratulations on that part. But at the end of the day, I think we got to look in the mirror at what we're doing and who's doing it and continue to try to get a football team better. And we got to play better. And I think as coaches, we got to coach better. And as players, we got to play better. And at the end of the day, we're in that locker room and we're together. And our players understand that. I'm never hard on them after a loss. I'm never hard on them after a victory. You always stay somewhere in between. You get to this point by being humble, and I understand a lot goes on in their lives, and, you know, football is important to a lot of us, but to some of them it may not be as important. But at the end of the day, I think when we're playing football games, our mindset needs to be on it, and guys need to focus and make sure that we're locked in and ready to go.
Coach, I know we talked about him a little bit earlier, but I got to point out again, Tamara Smith at cornerback has played lights out. 4 interceptions on the season, and they all seem to come at the right time. You got to appreciate his efforts.
Well, he plays the way he practices, and he's always locked in and ready to go. And he's a special talent, and we're glad he's on our football team. And I really think these guys are going to rise to the occasion. I mean, it's just like before when we was 2 and 3 going to play PV, and you sort of had the same feeling. And we do a great job of trying to get these guys ready to go and prepared to play, and I think our best is still in front of us.
Tough game, Coach. You got to ask, any injuries that came out of this game?
Well, we were beat up before the game. You know, we had 3 or 4 guys on the sideline that probably could have helped us, and still had some injuries from this game. So we're going to be a little banged up going into Norman, but the guys that are able to go got to get healthy and be as healthy as they can be and go out and compete at a high level and give ourselves a chance to win a football game.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about our next SWAC game this weekend on the reservation against Coach's nemesis, the Alcorn State Braves. Stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Can you imagine winning 50 times the cash from the lottery?
Imagine 50 times anything.
Throw pillows? Is the guy...
Multiply whatever. Play the new multiplier games from the lottery. Multiply your fun.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Come and play the hot new $64,000 Hollywood High-Low game on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could be called to play. Just guess if the next card will be higher or lower, and you could win. Only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show. Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, turning our attention to our next game against the SWAC champion, Alcorn State Braves. The Braves sit at 5-2 on the season, and they're coming off of a 42-17 win over Savannah State this past weekend. They sit at first place in the SWAC Eastern Division, and of course, Coach, we got to talk about the fact you are 1-8 versus Alcorn. This is the only team that you just hadn't really owned in the SWAC. Coach, what is up with Alcorn? What do they like to do on offense and defense? And what is Coach Fred McNair up to this year?
Well, the biggest thing is that, the quarterback play, for them has been really, really good. Noah Johnson was having a good season, and then Harper stepped in. Felix has been playing really well. So, and they can run the football. The big uglies up front for them on that O-line really get off the football, and that's what starts with them is the running game. And defensively, they've been not as active as they've been in the past. You've been able to move the ball on them, been able to score on them, but they're getting better. So they're a complete team. Special teams is very good. So this is probably one of the better football teams that we face, and they're very talented, and we're going to need to be hitting on all cylinders to be able to have a chance up there in Norman.
You heard it from the coach. When we come back, we're going to close out this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette, is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags! Go Jags!